Alright, in the next set of videos, I'm going to walk you through making a website that's similar to this. Now, what I've done here for this site is I created, as you can see, a background that takes up everything. It's this picture back here, as you could see it, but you don't see much of it because, like I said, it's just the background for my aquarium website. And my aquarium website essentially has four different pages over here. The first page is the home page, which consists of a table in here, and inside of this table I have my schedule of events for my fictitious aquarium. And when I hover over each one of these elements, something changes to let me know which one I'm on, just kind of a feedback thing. Now, this is only done with HTML and CSS, nothing else here, no image rollovers or anything like that. And these things aren't links by any means, but it's just a way to differentiate one over the other. The next page I have a pictures page. And the pictures page has a bunch of thumbnails of pictures of the wildlife in my aquarium. And what's cool about the picture gallery is that when you click on it, it uses this lightbox effect over here to display the images. And of course, you could go through each image in the gallery to quickly see what it's about. And that was by way of a plugin called Lightbox. It's a JavaScript that does that functionality. I'm not going to show you how to actually write the JavaScript. Instead, I'm going to show you how to find it online and download it and implement it in your page. Similar to the pictures page, we have the videos page, and one of these is actually a YouTube video. So it's the same sort of thing like that, like the gallery page, except we can't use the same plugin. For this thing, we use another free JavaScript plugin out there that's called VideoBox. And VideoBox, one of the things it allows us to do is find YouTube videos and overlay them on our page. Now, I didn't download this video. This video is actually straight from YouTube and still being hosted on YouTube. So if I wasn't online, this would be blank. This is great because obviously, well, you're reliant, for one, your website relies on YouTube to be up in order to view it. And honestly, chances are more likely that your site is going to be down as opposed to YouTube. So, and using CDN, a content delivery network like YouTube for your videos is actually likely better than whatever you'd get for, $7 to $10 hosting a month, or certainly better than free hosting, and just its ability to give your users the best experience possible.
Ladies and gentlemen,
seeing videos. And finally, on the last page, we are going to set up a real functioning contact form. Now, we're going to use a online service provider called Zoho, specifically Zoho Creator. And they allow us to basically create a form on their website for free. And then once we've created that form, they have a way for us to copy a piece of code, a snippet of code, and paste that into our page so we get the form. Now, this form has some pros and cons. The pros is that you don't need to know a lot about web forms to actually implement this. You basically use an online editor, you drag and drop things where you want them, you set certain options here and there, and you publish it, and voila, they handle all the hard work for you, all the back end stuff. But the cons of it is that we don't have as much control over it as we would like. I mean, clearly, this form over here doesn't fit the style of my site as much as I'd like it to, but that's honestly a price I'm willing to pay for the ease of using it. Now, some of the other things besides the unique functionality of each page is, of course, each page, if you see up top over here, it has a name. They all have a good name for the pages. Each page, of course, has a meta description, which is important. All the pages link to the same external style sheet, and that's of course where I put all of my CSS code that went into creating this. Another important aspect of it is to make sure that my codes validate to the best of my ability. Meaning, we're putting code in here from all sorts of places that is beyond our control, or in my CSS, some code that is actually CSS3 and is going to throw the W3C online validator. It's going to think it's an error. Now, these are going to be reasonable exceptions. We can't do anything about this. I know that the CS3 code that I'm using is good and valid, so I know that for example, my nth child CSS3 pseudo attribute and my border radius CSS3 attribute. I said the nth child is a pseudo class, but just to get the jargon right. And the border radius, I know both of these are valid CSS3 elements, so I'm not worried about it. Similarly, when I validate my HTML on my page, I know most of my pages, at the very least, are going to get those 4 errors and 1 warning. And that's because my free web hosting company, they embed some analytical code in here that I just can't take out. They embed that in there. Once I upload it to their servers, it embeds it in there, so I'm kind of stuck with it, and that's what's causing me the 4 errors and 1 warning, so I'm okay with that. And in some other pages, I have outside plugins at work too that may cause errors. Or actually, let me go with the contact page. I know for sure the contact page has a few more errors over there, and see over here it says 12 errors, 1 warning, but I'm okay with that because again, when I look over the errors, I know that they're coming from code that I didn't generate myself, but that I'm using inside of my page. So I'm going to have to be okay with that. And finally, obviously, it's your website's only as good as what it looks like across multiple browsers and operating systems. So consistency is key. Here's my page in Firefox. Why don't I go to my home page? Here's my page in Firefox. Here's my site in that same page in Safari. Very similar. When I go to it in Chrome, also very similar. And of course, Internet Explorer is the most different out of the bunch, and mainly just because it doesn't recognize that CSS3 nth child pseudo class. But overall, it's not, that difference in the layout isn't preventing any type of functionality, and that's key. And with that said, you also need to make sure that the functionality that you have, like this JavaScript functionality, actually functions in each different browser as well, because it may be that some of these things don't work as you'd expect. So that is a brief overview on what I will be covering in these next few tutorials.